Do you have the winning mindset? Do you know what it takes to go to the next level? Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join us every week for the Winning Mindset Podcast.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Mindset Podcast. I am Monica Nisira Washington with my co-host, Miss Christian Davis. Today we have the live, the learn, the serve, the inspire. We have the most amazing man, Mr. Chip Baker, the Success Chronicles. Go get it today on the winning mindset. I am so excited to be here today with Mr. Chip Baker. I'm getting ready to turn it over to Miss Christian Davis so we can get this winning mindset podcast ready to go. Hello, 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 Mr. Baker.
Man, let's go. Hey, man, I got I got that Steve Harvey intro.
Yes.
Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to go. Thank you so much, Miss Nisi, for the great intro. I appreciate it. And Kristen, it's an honor to be here with y'all today. So thank y'all for having me.
The honor is ours. I'm so
Yeah.
excited about this. All right. So we'll start at square one. Kind of tell us about your background and kind of what brought you here, your accomplishments,
Yeah.
just all about Chip.
Well, just a, I'm just an ordinary guy working real hard to achieve some extraordinary things, right? I'm a fourth generation educator, teacher, former coach. I've been blessed and fortunate to be raised by some great people as well as be around some awesome folks to learn from in my life as well as in my career. Um, it's been a great journey. Um, about 8 years ago, I started my YouTube channel and podcast, The Success Chronicles. I've been able to connect with some amazing people, interview them, my favorite author, people I watch on TV, people I see in sports, you know, and just, talk life and success with them. And from there, it's grown. And then about almost 5 years ago, started writing books. And that journey's been crazy. A multiple time best-selling author. I came in contact with a guy we all know, Sugar Ray Destin, started doing the compilation books, The Impact of Influence. And we are about to release volume 5 soon. And so I've done lots of other projects with him as well. And so that brings us to where we are now. It's been a neat journey. Truly grateful for it all and excited about what the future holds too.
Yeah, you're reading my mind. I would ask to go ahead and tell us what's coming in the future, but that's toward the end. So you're in my head here. But thank you for giving us a little bit of that background and just kind of talking about what brought you here. Um, can you talk to us a little bit about what obstacles you've encountered in your life that kind of made you who you are and kind of brought you to developing the winning mindset?
Oh yeah. There's been lots of obstacles. A lot of time when we do like our intro, we give you the highlights, right? But we don't start with the low lights, you know. And so just in my life, raised with a single parent mother, we all know the struggles with that, and I want to make sure that I say this, like a lot of times people say, single parent, like deadbeat dad. No, my dad with a deadbeat dad. It's just, adults have differences and they split, and my dad was in a different town, city than we were. So, but even though it was that, there's still struggles that you face because of those things. Mother was a great lady, disciplinarian. She didn't play. She instilled discipline in us, and so I'm truly grateful for that. But along the way, I've seen lots of things, relatives, make some bad choices, relatives make some good choices, struggles in the house. Well, I don't care who you are, we all have to grow through what we go through. So we all face personal challenges and things that we wonder, why me? Or, like, man, this is crazy. am I the only one that this is happening to? But then you realize, well, it ain't just you, these things happen to everybody.
Yeah.
And so it's been a number of things, because I believe that in order to have success, you're gonna have to grow through some failures, right? And so that has really helped me develop a winning mindset in my life. And then, the fact that I have a sports background. Like I said, I've coached for a long time. So I've been around teams. I've been a part of teams all my life. And so, all we strive to do is win, 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 no matter what. Hands up. And they stay there. Oh, no, wait a minute. I love music too, my man. Yeah. But being a part of teams too. So, just have learned some things on that aspect as far as having a proper mindset.
So speaking of, what is the winning mindset to you?
Yeah, so I will just kind of talk a little bit about my chapter that I have in the book, and I'm just, again, I just want to say I'm truly grateful for this opportunity, truly grateful to be a part of this amazing group, because the group is compiled with, man, some amazing people that's doing amazing things. And those of you that, if you have not checked out the book, please check it out and go follow all of the authors, because they are doing great things. And so, like, I'm in the book, but like, I'm reading the chapters and studying and taking notes and doing all of those things as well. So I would suggest that, whoever is checking this out, that you would do that as well. And I promise that it would be worth your time. But as far as my chapter, I wrote about, mindset is developed by understanding limits, possibilities, opportunities. And what I mean by that, first, when you look at limits, who's the only person that can limit us from doing whatever it is we want to achieve, see, be, go? Well, at the end of the day, it's us, right? And if you limit yourself, right? And so we got to understand that, don't limit yourself, because really, whatever it is you want to do, guess what? You can do it.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
you can do it, right? And then as far as possibilities, for me, possibilities are possible. And I talked to you a little bit about my background. I didn't go, too in depth of the struggles, but we all have like major struggles that we go through in our life. And sometimes we wonder, like, am I good enough? Can I do this? Someone may believe in us and give us an opportunity, and we're wondering, man, are they sure they want to do that? They sure they want to put me over that?
Right.
But you need to know that the possibilities are possible, right? And so you are capable. Great things can happen to you. You can do amazing things. And then the last piece is opportunities. And again, for me, opportunities bring opportunities. And I always like to share, a couple stories in my life where, I have some core common principles that I believe in my life. And regardless of what's going on, I stick to those core common principles. And what I didn't know growing up is that people saw those things, or how I operate on a day-to-day basis. People see those things, right? And then when you have core common principles like working hard, doing right, treating people right, putting yourself around the right people, being grateful for the opportunities. When you have those core common principles, like, people want those kind of people on their teams.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you just live a life of, having those core common principles, and the opportunities will come to you. You don't have to seek for it. Like, they will come to you. And so, I got my very first teaching and coaching job in the school district that I'm currently in now, because of who the person I was as a kid. The
Wow.
principal at the very first job I applied at, he knew my little league baseball coach and my elementary school principal. And he called him and asked him, hey, what about this Chip Baker kid? He's applying for a job here. Tell me a little bit about him. And so, he goes on to say, man, he's a great guy. He's going to work hard. He's going to do things the right way. He's going to treat people right. And that principal gave me a job not because of my qualifications, because I had none. I had no experience. It was my first job, right? He gave me the job because of who I was as a kid, right? And so every opportunity I've had in my life has been that way. I can tell you, I have not been the most qualified in every opportunity that I've had, right? But I've probably been the hardest worker though.
There you
And
go.
so I'm okay with that because there is I don't know, somebody that gave me an opportunity told me this too, like man, the level of growth he'll have will be tremendous because he's gonna work at it. And so that's what it's all about. And so that's what my chapter is about, and I feel that that's how your winning mindset is developed, when you know that there's no limits, when you know that the possibilities are possible, and you understand that opportunities bring opportunities. Miss Nisi, go and give me a boom. Boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Double.
Kaboom.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
So you said a couple things I want to double back on. You gave us some
Yeah.
gems already,
Let's
as you
go.
always do. One of the things I love that you said was you tie the winning mindset into your background in sports and sports teams. Can you talk a little bit more about that? I love when we have athletes, coaches, people in athletics that contribute to this because it ties in so well.
Yeah, I think there's a quote that I have in my chapter, and the quote is valuing adds value. I'll share that again, and it's simple. Valuing adds value. And what I mean by that is in sports, in work, in life, in family, pick a situation. It don't matter. Pick a situation. If you value that situation that you're blessed to be in, and you put forth the effort, the work, the proper communication, the proper attitude, if you're asked to do something, if you go above and beyond to do that because you value that experience, well, guess what? Y'all know y'all was gonna get some math in your interview. Input equals output, right? So what you put into it, hey, that's what you're gonna get out of it, right? And so you can't expect to get a fat paycheck and you haven't done no work, right? So input equals output, and valuing adds value. And yes, that is a sports analogy. What you put into it, the more opportunities you get, higher level you can play, the better athlete you are, right? But here's the secret right here that teaches you transferable skills that you can take and use that with anything that you come across in your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that we have some younger folks on here who, have their eye on the athletics, but just know when you're tired of that, when you're done and you want to own your business, you want to invest, you want to do all these things, it's going to transfer. You're right. It is the discipline, all of that.
Oh my gosh. And discipline allows you the freedom to be happy.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right? When you can discipline yourself and have self-discipline, and come on, Miss Nisi. And nobody has to tell you, hey man, make sure you're on time. Hey man, make sure you do that right. Hey, I need you to do this. When nobody has to tell you that, when they know that a shadow of a doubt, oh no, he all right. I ain't got to worry about him. No, he good. Well, then great things happen to you because now people know that you have that winning mindset. And again, like I said, people hire people for big jobs that have winning mindset.
There you go. That's that on that. Another boom.
Yep, boom.
Yes, absolutely. And there's another thing that I want to pull from you. Again, you gave some good material here. Imposter syndrome. So gotta throw in mental health there. Talked about this. When people give you a huge job or you get a new job or your first job, a lot of times you just think, are you sure? Me?
Yeah.
How did you work through that?
I don't know, Kristen. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Me
No,
too. It's okay.
no,
You had
no.
the answer.
I think that that's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I think for one thing, I think you have to have an even keel mentality about you. I think that you have to be grateful for every opportunity that you're blessed to have, but then also you need to have the confidence to know that you're capable because you've done the work. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like not an arrogance, like do not be arrogant. Don't think that I'm the man, they owe me. Like that, like no, none of that. What I mean is a confidence because like you wouldn't with me shooting in the gym. you know, I put the work in, like
Right.
behind nobody even knew like the hours, like, and I just say as an athlete, like growing up, like I didn't do all that other stuff. Like I was hyper focused on my, like in the summer, I would work out in the morning, go work, go run at night at 10:30, 11 at night, right? And then do the same cycle all over again. Who was out there with me? Me and my mama, because she didn't want me to be at the track at dark like that, right? And so those are the things that people don't see that you do. And when you do that, when you have the opportunity to get in the position to make that play, when you have the confidence to make that play, because you know without a shadow of a doubt, bro, no, I deserve to be, I put the work in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, that's transferable skills. That applies to anything that you do in your life, relationships, job. When you put the work in, be grateful for the opportunities, but then also have the confidence to know that you are enough because the big man made us all one of one. And that tells you right there, like you don't need nothing else. You're enough. Come on.
That's it. You are enough. That's the quote.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think, like you said, knowing that I do belong here. I think what I usually do is just say, well, it shocked me that you picked me, but I'm gonna earn my spot. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna prove that I do belong here. And then as you're doing it, I guess you kind of figure out, I do know what I'm doing. As you're going about, I did this, right?
And I'm gonna tell you what's really cool. When you said that, it made me think of this. There's been some situations where I've been in my profession where like I've been the youngest guy. I've been the only guy of color. Like I've been given opportunities, right? For some pretty cool things. And I may have wondered, like you said, like, are you sure? Like, but then I think an organic byproduct, I guess that's the words I want to use, an organic byproduct of you having an even keel mentality about how you do things is that people will help you. They're not going to let you fail because they know that you care about what you do and it means something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if, like for example, I'll just, straight up. So like my fourth year in coaching, I was given an opportunity to be an offensive line coach at a pretty big high school. I had never been an offensive line coach before, right? And this coach gave me an opportunity to do that. Like I said, I was the only like the guy of color on the staff, youngest on the staff, but I had lots of opportunity. But that coach knew that it meant something to me to create, to do a quality job, right? To add value. The coach knew I was grateful for the opportunity. The coach knew I worked my tail off too. And so the people that were around me, they wouldn't let me fail because of that. And so they looked out for me. They gave me advice because they knew that I would be listening. I'd be open, not arrogant. They knew I'd be open to take, constructive criticism. They knew I would continue to work on it. So that way we would have continued growth. And so it ended up being a great situation for me. And I had more opportunities from that because of the way I handled it.
That's so important. And that kind of brought me to another point I took down from what you were saying before. We get a lot of these chances from our off chance interactions with people. Maybe we saw them somewhere and they saw us doing whatever, or even when we were kids. I had the same thing happen where people from high school, I'm not even there anymore, and they say, do you want to come teach? Just
Yeah.
because of when I was in school there. And I think that's important to double down on how you show up just in life winning, and how that can put you in place to win later.
Okay. Okay, Kristen. Now you're getting in my toolkit. Now I'm gonna have to
Uh-oh.
bring it.
Go ahead.
Hey, it's so true. It's so true what you said, and I live by that. Like when you said it gave me chills because like I live by that, and I have a principle that I live in my life, and when I speak, I share it with people in hopes that they can use it in their life, and I call it the SHG principle, right? And the S is show up, right? If you're expected to be somewhere, be there early and not on time, because on time is late, right? When you're there, be in the moment, give everything you got in that moment, show up. The H's have a great attitude, and gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. Ooh, come on, listen. Give me that. Give me that. Hey, gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude, and we have to be grateful for what we have, and it allows us to soar to high heights. And then the G is give your all. So in every situation, give me everything you got. Whatever you got in the tank for the day, like it may not be 100. None of us are perfect. We all gonna make mistakes. None of us are going to be able to give 100. The goal is to give 100%, but you may just have 90% in the tank today. Give me that. You know, you may just have 70 or 50 in the tank today. Give it, right? Because what that does is it allows you to have the growth that you want to have. You continuing to climb high as opposed to not standing still or going backwards, right? So picture this. If I show up, have a great attitude, give my all today, that a pretty good day for me. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I reflect. I hit the ground running tomorrow, and I SHG tomorrow. Another good day. So rock with me here, and I do that for a week. Right? I told you was in my toolkit here, so I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm a little passionate about this one. Right? And you go for a week. Yeah, that's a great week, right? And you do that for a month. Good month. Then you do it for months. That's good years, right? And so what'll happen is by me just showing up, having a great attitude, and giving my all every moment of every day, when I get to go visit the big man, it will allow me to not just have left a legacy, but it will have allowed me to live a legacy by my day-to-day actions, by showing up, having a great attitude, and giving everything I got right now.
Yes, I wrote that down. Boom,
double. Come on.
And that's I'm over here about to explode.
Amazing.
Powerful. Very powerful. Very powerful. Very powerful.
Boom.
Thank you.
Got it written down here. And that's just like you said, I forget the song, but there's probably a few gospel songs that say that they want to hear well done, my good and faithful servant.
Yes.
So it all ties together. I live my life in a way where I can present it to you and say, I used everything you gave me.
Yep.
That's it.
You gave me the gifts, and I just want to be a conduit and use those gifts to the best of my ability, how you see fit. And I pray for strength, that you give me the strength to do that.
Woo, amen.
Come on.
Yes, pass the plate.
Come on.
That's it.
Hey, hold on. Here's one right here. Right. That's like them men, them deacons, they look at the pocket square, right? They pull it, they throw it.
You preaching now. Oh, that's
Preach.
it. Y'all are hilarious.
Come on.
Oh,
preach.
That's it. Miss Nisi, do you have any questions that you want to give Chip as well, or anything that stuck out to you that we hadn't gotten to?
There were many things very powerful with Mr. Chip Baker. I'm always myself following him, but one of the things that he said, I know that we're getting ready to close and we need to know how to follow him, but he said something very powerful that also applied in my life as well. They hired him for a position because of the great kid he was. They knew him as a young person. He had he had already received qualifications to go into the position from an accredited school, college, but you didn't have any experience, to my understanding, my take from it. But because you left such a strong, you left something strong on these people as a young kid, they went ahead and said, come on, yes, bring him in. So they were willing to, well, not willing, they gave you the position, they gave you the job because, like you said, they didn't have to worry about you being on time because you already proved to them that you were on time. They didn't have to worry about you lollygagging around because you already had tossed it to the side because of what you had self-disciplined yourself as a kid that went into your adulthood. And that opened the doors for you when there are many people that have so many different degrees and experiences, but ugly behavior and won't get the job, but have several things on their resumes that say, I have arrived, but behavior left such a nasty taste in people's minds. And to have a winning mindset, behavior is very important. I'm paraphrasing, of course. That was the most powerful thing I took from of many success chronicles that you do have, Mr. Baker. There, yeah. That almost put tears in my eyes right there. Yeah,
Same.
yeah. But I held them back. So yeah,
We held
that
out.
was my take. Yeah, I held out on that one. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was my take. So yeah, that's what I took, and that's powerful because the kids need to see that they're getting away from that. And when I see a lot of successful things that you are doing, because we could go on and on, but there are a lot of successful things I see that you're doing, and I know that you got to be part in that, depositing that, and if people could just follow you and see it. And I'm not here to do, I'm gonna let them uh, uh, follow you. But yes, he's parting and depositing some things and some people. That's real powerful.
Oh, all right, Chip. So tell us some things that you're working on and that you have coming up.
Yeah, so coming up, just pushing the winning mindset. Should be releasing the Impact of Influence Volume 5 pretty soon by the end of the year. Doing speaking opportunities, training, corporate, several groups, just hoping to inspire and impact. And so it's been great. It's been a great journey, and I'm continuing to be blown away each day. And so, yeah, thank you guys so much again for having me.
Thank you for being here with us. And it's just all the knowledge that you're dropping. We just appreciate it. It's always an honor to get on here and talk with you, the mind, right? The mind of the operation here. So last thing, tell us where we can find you on social media.
Yeah, I'm on all platforms, whatever your platform of choice is, right? I'm on everything because I don't want it to be any excuse for you not to get this positive inspiration and motivation, okay? And so all of my social media is at Chip Baker, TSC, as in The Success Chronicles. So all of my social media is that, except for Twitter, and Twitter is Chip Baker 19. And so I ask that, the normal like, follow, subscribe, all of that stuff. Yeah, you can do that. But for me, if you go on there and you see something that you like and someone that you love and care about comes to mind or heart for you, I ask that you would just share it to them to help make our world a better place.
Wow, I love that. So it's not even, of course, like, subscribe if you can, but
yeah,
bigger than that, take the message, carry the message, right? All right.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
in that case, we are gonna wrap this up. Again, this was amazing. We appreciate you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And we'll all still be watching as well as working on the winning mindset, but we're so excited to see all the other things that you're doing.
All right. Well, go get it.
Go get
Oh,
it.
Boom.